Hello.
Hello,
Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another hangout, with us, your friend.
Live stream.
That's right, live stream. That's the word that my brain was refusing to divulge to me.
Brains do.
I like your little thing. If you hear my fan, no, you don't.
So you don't. You don't hear my fan, okay? You don't. Mm-hmm. It's not here. This is all an illusion. Actually, it's so hot here. It's ludicrously hot. And I say this as though it hasn't been ludicrously hot for like 2 weeks now, but we had like a day where it was, kind of nice, but it's back.
And we got a ton of rain, and it was super humid the first day, and then like 2 days later, like now it's cooled down.
And then in further like disappointments in Natalia's life, I went out to get cinnamon buns at the bakery because last week I went to get cinnamon buns at the bakery, but I didn't realize the bakery now closes on Sundays, so there was no cinnamon buns. And then I went today because I'm like, today I'm going to get those cinnamon buns at the bakery. They're sold out. And I got there at 10:30. Sold out.
I was going to say what?
I got to the farmer's market at 11. And my sister intentionally brought a pecan loaf from her bakery to the farmer's market because she's like, "Ooh, Amanda will be there. She'll want to." They were sold out. She's like, "I'm not going to hold it for you. Like somebody else wants to buy it. I'm sell it to them." I'm like, "Thanks."
That's not very sisterly.
So we're going to talk music.
We're doing music today.
Whatever.
We're going to talk music today. I was just, remind people to come. So that's why I was a little distracted. Yeah, we're going to talk music today. We're doing...
And Jessie is currently traveling and stuff, so that's why she is MIA. Yeah. But she may be in the comments. We'll see if the
we'll see what
phone
happens.
gods allow her to.
Mike,
Mike, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Though I did go to the K-pop shop, and I wanted to get the new Shiny album, but they hadn't come in yet. So I didn't get
whatever that sound is, I can hear it a lot.
It's my iced tea that's keeping me cool.
Okay.
Sorry. Listen,
I'm not saying you can't drink it, but I heard the clink.
Listen, if y'all listening hear the sound of me trying to prevent myself from going into the opposite of...
It's more like I didn't see anything that I thought was generating the sound, so I was like, I have no clue what that was.
What's like the opposite of like hypothermia? No, heat stroke. The answer is heat stroke. Listen, the heat is clearly gone to my brain. I can't function today.
So you went to the K-pop shop.
I went to the K-pop shop to buy the new Shiny album. They didn't have them in yet. I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just buy 80s then.
Fine.
I did buy a Shiny album, but it just wasn't the new one. It was the Don't Call Me album that I didn't have yet. So, like, I still,
Oh, I have a shiny story.
Hyperthermia. Do tell.
So I showed my husband the hard music video because I thought I'd get a kick out of it. He's an SM stan, but like he really hasn't been introduced to Shiny all that much. Like I've played some Shiny for him, but I really haven't. You know, because like military time, like he really, he just hasn't been exposed a ton to it. So, so I played him that, and then after that, he's like, "They're so handsome." So
I mean,
so then I played him a lot, you know, like a handful of other Shiny.
You're like,
music
say
videos.
less. I will listen.
And I knew he had.
You all the handsome fellas.
I was pretty sure he hadn't seen the "Don't Call Me" music video, so I was like, "This one's fun." And then he looked away right at the point choreography of. I'm like, "Dude, you have to watch the one leg thing. That's the entire point of the dance."
Sir.
So, I'm not saying he's like way into Shiny, but he was like, "They're so."
He enjoys them.
Yeah.
I try to get my Google Home to play Shiny, and I don't know why, I just forget how this works every time. We go through the same situation every time we do it, where I go, "Hey Google, play Shiny," and then it goes, "Play Shiny Happy People" by REM, and I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Google, play the group Shiny." Then it does some other group, and I'm like, "No, Google, play the group Shiny," and then it's like, "Okay, here's the Spotify playlist. Here's Shiny." I'm like, "Thank you."
Mine this week it was, "Okay Google, play AT's Bouncies. Here's your playlist of bouncy 80s hits." And I was like, "Okay,
bouncy
I'm not
80s.
mad about
That's
that,
funny.
but like."
The trick to get the Google Home to
what I'm
play
looking
ATs is you have to spell out their name.
Yeah.
You have to go play ATEEZ, and then they're like, "Okay, go ahead."
See, I just don't jack around with those assistant things. I just play my stuff.
You're welcome, Mike. You're welcome. I'm in your house. No, me and my Google Home have a contentious relationship, but I'm always very polite to it because when the robot uprising comes, they're gonna remember how nice I was. I would say please and thank you to my little robot friend. So.
That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
So which like I guess we'll see on Noonas Knickknacks whenever we do that live stream here in a couple weeks. But which album version did you get of ATs? You don't show it. I
don't remember. Listen, okay. One of them. It was purple.
The purple one.
The purple one. There you go. No. And then what else did I get? That wasn't the only thing I got. I got that. I got Shiny. Don't Call Me, the large version. I got the Felix.
You made that look huge. Was it really that?
Yes.
Sizable.
It's pretty big. It's like one of the big
coffee table
magazine. Books. Yeah, like the magazine shaped ones. And then I got the Felix version of the Stray Kids 5-star album, which it was the only Felix one left in the store. There was plenty of all the other ones, and I went digging through that pile. I was like, nah, there's gonna be one, and I got the last one, and then there was one other thing I got, and my brain is refusing. Oh, I got 17 FML. I was like, what would it be? Of course, it would be 17. Like, it's me, the person, you know. No, I can't buy anything else until September because we're going on vacation or whatever.
You also don't want to not be there when something shows up, like if you ordered something.
Well, I don't really order things online anymore. I just go to the K-pop shop. They usually have what I'm looking for and what I'm not looking for, but didn't know I was looking for, you know? But yeah, the Shiny's new album, the whole thing, fantastic.
So good.
Fantastic. Like, no notes. Absolutely incredible. What was y'all's favorite song on it?
Trying to think.
Go see.
What
I've only listened to it all the way through once, I think, so far.
Yeah, same.
But I was staring at it. I really liked. I think I liked Satellite a lot.
I really like Juice.
I feel like that's it.
Juice is fun. It was nice that they released a music video for that one. Or a performance. I don't remember. A video.
It was a performance video. Yeah.
I think it is. Let me see. For me, Sweet Misery and Gravity are the ones that I've been playing the most.
It's also nice that it's an entire album, not just an EP.
Yeah.
So
it's so
we got
nice.
10 tracks.
It's so wild now, like when I go into a K-pop album and like start scrolling down and you get to keep scrolling and scrolling, you're like, oh, it's a whole album. Like, it's so exciting. There's more than 5 songs here. What?
I still think it's funny when if there is an EP and it's like, here's an 8-track EP. I'm like,
that's just an album, my guy. That's just a regular musical album, friends. Like, why are we playing these games
on there? And
it seems like they really don't care about matching the definition of single, EP,
just whatever,
mini album. Though I mean, as far as we know where it all came from, that terminology, but like, since that's so far removed from actual digital music at this point, like, I'm sure, imagine the super young K-pop idols that are active right now. They probably, I wonder if they know where the terminology came from.
Yeah.
Because it was that long ago, you know, other than they just are told, this is an EP, this is an album.
They're like, okay, sure.
Yeah, they just accept it.
You say so, we believe you.
A single with 4 tracks? Sure, that's fine.
Okay. Why not?
Hello, hello.
Hey, Lucy. Well, Lucia. I've been tormenting Lucy today. I've been photoshopping like an insane person, making just the dumbest shit you can imagine, as I do, and I've been tormenting Lucy with it. So we've been having a good time with that. Speaking of photoshops, I have to say we do have a new design in the merch shop. It's the Gay for Ghost. Just thought I would just share that before we continue talking about music.
And if you're not sure what that's for, go check out Roll for Drama.
Yes, we were Hoshi culting, which we made a Hoshi cult shirt.
Nice.
Fully Hoshi. Yeah, we've been having a good time, Lucy and I, just being nonsense. But yeah, singles with B-sides were common since 45s. Which is 2 songs is fine. When they're like, oh, here's our new single, and it's like a full album, you're like...
I mean, back in the day, you know what? Even 4, I'll accept, because back in the day, you used to buy a single cassette, and it would often have 2 songs on each side of it.
Right. But, yeah. If you compare it to the typical K-pop mini album, that can often have 4 tracks on it. Like,
so, like,
that's all I'm saying as far as the terminology is moot. Like, to where I think, when I think single K-pop wise, I think 1 track, maybe instrumental version of it as well. Maybe a remix. Yeah. Like, I'm really thinking a digital release. I mean, but you get music videos with them, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get... and that's another thing. I try to keep myself from collecting too many physical singles. Because you have to draw the line somewhere with, like, how you're spending your physical K-pop money.
Yeah.
And so even with my favorite groups, I'm like, it's a single. Like, I should be spending it on one that has, like, more of a bigger photo book or whatever. Yeah, it's all interchangeable. That's all I'm saying. Kind of like...
These terms are all meaningless. Just like release and pre-release. And that's all I'm going to say on that because I don't want to get heated again. I don't want to get heated again.
Everyone got mad at this last.
I don't want to get heated again about it. But yeah, the words, they mean nothing anymore. It's just like you get music when you get music. It's all good. Speaking of music, go on.
Sometimes a group will be like, usually it's like a band, so it's just more vague. So they're like, we're going to drop a song. And then that's really all you... So it's usually a single, but sometimes they don't straight up say like what you're getting. So you're like, are we getting a couple tracks? Like what's happening? Then sometimes it's like, oh, it's a surprise like mini album. Okay.
Well, like Eric Nom's been talking about the album coming. And then they suddenly switched to talking about House on the Hill, dropping to, and so I thought House on the Hill was the album that's coming. And then there's just this one song, and I was like, That's not an album. And I was like, okay, I'm sure. I mean, it's Eric, so.
Listen, there's probably still an album coming.
There's probably like 6 albums in the work. It's, you know, he's doing his thing. But it was like, there must be more because this is a song. Like,
speaking of new music, Jun from 17's new solo.
I haven't checked it out yet.
Me neither.
The music video is wild. It's just
Exactly.
Oh no, the music video for Psycho is crazy. Like it's crazy. Yeah.
So what's the style?
Insane, sexy. Like it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's spicy.
It's you feel crazy watching it. You feel like you shouldn't be watching it. You're just like, I shouldn't be looking at this. Like,
oh my.
And it's in like the same vein as like the music video for Red Lights from Bang Chan and Hyunjin was. Like, yeah, like it's the emotions that we went through watching.
It just needs to be experienced.
Yeah, it's
gotcha.
And it's not long enough. He pulled like a real Jackson Wang. You know, where he puts out these absolute bangers and then they just suddenly end, and you're like, no. Like, wait a second. Why?
What they should do for those songs is, it's fine if they only want to produce that much, but like then they should have a second track that's like that on a loop.
Yeah, like, the extended version.
Play 6 hours of this thing.
Like, it's... Anyway, like
maybe some in between like transition music that's along the same style, and then it starts again, and it starts again.
Like if you know the other like singles that get and like subunit stuff that gets put out by 17, not like this at all. Jun's singles are just. Like,
were you expecting that, or were you pretty? surprised?
Well, like listen, the title of the song is Psycho, so you're like, okay, like. And his last one, Limbo, was also pretty, like, spicy. So, you know, you were sort of expecting that again, but oh my god, I wasn't prepared for it, but it was good. It was good, and Teen Top's new song was one of the funnest things I've seen in a while.
So why was it so fun?
Like, it was just like such a summer bop. Like, it was just like the most cheerful thing you've ever seen in your life.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a week. It was really fun. It was really fun. You know, Teen Top's here for us olds. So.
Speaking
nice.
of the olds, though, You Kiss with the comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
All right.
And it was really fun. The Wonderful Escape. Yeah, it was really fun.
And I think it was them who were like, basically like hag rights. They were like, oh, we love seeing our fans coming and going like, we had babies and we got, you know, and we're like, that's great. And I'm like,
you know, it's so funny. I always love seeing, you know, we talk about this quite a bit, usually amongst ourselves, how fun it is being old, how fun, Natalia puts in quotes,
old.
How fun it is being old, but then seeing like, you know, and having been in this fandom for like a really long time, and excuse me, and then you have these youths who come in and try to like insult us for still liking things, and you're just like, oh, child, you don't understand how shitty and sad the world is. Just let me enjoy my little K-pop boys, for God's sakes.
And for any type of hobby or, you know, capitalist enterprise, so even like comic books and anime and manga and stuff, like,
they're for
who
adults.
actually funds the existence of these things? Adults that have money. Like, that's how this works.
What, you 16-year-old, you got K-pop money? No, your parents got K-pop money, and they're just generously giving it to you. Nice try. Like, yeah,
well,
listen,
same thing with like, and especially if underage teens are checking out some like I'm wanting to say fan art, fanfic specific, you know. So they started entering those spaces like, who is actually writing, like, writing most of those better written items? Adults.
Yeah. No, but listen, talking about better written, let me tell you, when you see, like, sorry, English isn't my first language, you know you're about to read the greatest thing you've ever encountered in your life. That is, like, a perfect guide with the most flawless grammar and, like, the best twist you've ever seen. You're just like, yes, thank you. Like, so that's, But no, like, I find some of it so audacious because, like, when I was a youth in reading at the time Roswell fan fiction, because I was a really big fan of Roswell, I would have never, one, admitted how old I was because some of the stuff I was reading.
Mm-hmm.
But two, I would have never, like, been rude to the adults who were making content for other adults. Like, be like, yeah, this is a show about teenagers. Like, yeah, but it's starring.
Even if I privately thought it was weird, I never would have had the gall to, like, say something about it to their face. Like, I would have never,
like, I know, like, social media wasn't, like, a thing then, but, like, forums were, and, like, chat rooms and stuff, and you would have never seen me been like, you're 35 and enjoying fan fiction? Shouldn't you be taking care of your kids? Like, that would have never occurred to me because I was like, because I don't know what it was, but I was like, isn't it so cool that we can like the same things and be different age? I don't know what's happened. But whatever. There's cool teens out there. We're not saying everyone.
Absolutely.
But, like, yeah, exactly. We were like, they were to look up to. Like, wow, like, they're still keeping the joy of things that they love alive, even in this harsh, sad world, you know?
Well, and like you said earlier, it's very much like our interests don't just go away when you get quote unquote older, but also we are not
that old.
Even when we're 80, we will still have a variety of hobbies and things that we spend time on.
Yeah,
that
like,
is the way hobbies function.
Like, what do they think we're supposed to be doing all day? Like, there's only so much housekeeping you can do during a day, you know? Yeah. Like, it is true. But, like, yeah, it's just so audacious to me sometimes, where I'm just like, I could be your aunt. Would you talk to your aunt this way? Would you be this fucking rude?
Well, and also, I think it's always sad for them, especially when they're like, oh, by 30, you're dead. I'm like,
yeah,
you're not far off from 30. It is not that far from you.
You are closer to 30 than you are to, like, 80. So, like,
yeah, like,
there's a lot of
this is your soon future. This isn't
way
down the road.
I want to, like, know what they think, like, happens at, like, because usually they're like, oh, if I'm still standing at 25, like, just shoot me. I'm just like, what do you think happens at 25? Is my question, like, what is there, like, do you think you wake up on your 25th birthday, like, and suddenly you're wearing, like, a suit? Like,
and also 25 for a lot of people, even if you got married younger than 25, which some of us have, I think, but, like, even if you still are forming as a person.
Yeah.
You still have no clue what's going on at 31. Like, you're still figuring yourself out for a very long time. Actually, we continue doing that throughout our entire lives. Yeah. We can remake ourselves 15 times over. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
But 25, you're not set to anything. Even your career, crap happens. Like, jobs don't work like they used to, guys. Just heads up with that. Like
kids, I got some bad news about careers. They don't exist anymore. Enjoy. Bye. World's on fire. Enjoy your boys. You know?
Enjoy. Like, find joy where you can. And the reality is you might not be into it in 5 years, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you phase in, phase out. Sometimes life makes you not be able to spend the time on it for a while, and then you can come back to it if you want to. But, like,
I find it so bizarre. And then, you know, you have sort of this strange thing that happens in sort of the opposite direction, where you have people who are like, oh, I can't watch shows about kids in high school or college because I'm too old. But I'm like, are the shows still enjoyable? Like,
yeah,
it's weird ageism from coming and going, right?
Right.
I will say I struggle lately to read YA, but not because it's YA, but because most stuff being published as YA was written as an adult fiction, and then they were told in order to publish it, they had to make it YA, and they just all they do is go
down
through
the
and
characters.
change the ages, but they don't change anything. And so you're reading like this book, and they're like, and it's a bunch of like 40-year-olds, and you're like, yeah, okay, I get it, yeah, 40-year-old. And then they sit in a room and tell their ages, and they're all 17. You're like,
wait a second,
no,
wait a second.
You can't have a grizzled life experience and you be 15. It doesn't work. I mean, you can have experiences in life, but not that many.
Yeah, like it's a limited time,
in their life, and you're like, you have 47 years of education, but you're 19. That doesn't.
You become the meme of the woman with all the math around her, like, yeah, the Greasified, the 40-year-old teens. No.
Well, and this is a good point from Lucy. Like, I didn't mean to take it off, but very much, some of us were in a phase in life when we were in our teens that we didn't have the freedom to do a lot of the things that we're able to do now for a variety of reasons, be it money, time, a variety of things, household rules, whatever. Exposure to the thing in the first place. Like, I knew some things vaguely existed. I wasn't able to experience them until much later as an adult. So I'm just supposed to accept what the small world I knew when I was 13 and only experience that part of life, even though I see far more later. I don't think so.
No, it's ludicrous. That's a ludicrous statement to make. And no, Mike, it isn't wrong, because that book is really good. It's a well-written book.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's got universal themes to it that people enjoy. So,
exactly.
listen, I love like Rick Riordan's books that are written for like 13-year-olds. Love that shit. Love Rick Riordan's books. Not only is he like the best ally in the world to every sort of marginalized identity, like, and he tries to like elevate the voices of people who don't normally, but his books are absolute bangers. Anyway, I won't talk about Percy Jackson anymore. But yeah, so music.
Well, and why would music be limited by age?
It's so weird.
Yeah, that's
Now, I will put an asterisk there. If you ever catch us talking about super young groups and being concerned, it's because we're concerned about the artists themselves being treated appropriately for their age that they are.
Yeah.
That is what we are talking about.
We think kids should be allowed to be kids.
And they should be protected.
Yeah.
And not have to do adult-themed things, adult costumes, things like that. That's not... Or be in certain spaces that probably really aren't safe for them. Like, that's just being real. So, we do sometimes talk about these kids are too young. It's because we're talking about 12-year-olds. Like, we will be talking about children.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I hear those things, like, I have a 12-year-old, and I look at him and I think, like, no, like, even my 19-year-old at times, like, she's just into spaces now where I'm thinking, like, yeah, okay, I could see her handling herself well and holding her own kind of thing. But, like, my 12-year-old? No. Like, he's a child. He's a child.
No, just when I saw, like, they were, like, introducing, like, the new contestants for whatever, like, girl group reality show. And one was, like, they had their ages, and it was, like, 2012 or something. And my brain just went, no, like, absolutely not. Yeah, doing the math, right?
11.
Yeah, 11 years old. No, y'all. Y'all.
Well, and so like usually people that are those kids that are on those shows and stuff, it's not like they have not been trained to some level. So like this 11-year-old, at what point did they start training? Now,
well, like, sure, like a lot
some
of us
kids
do like
start
ballet,
when they're super young,
when
yeah.
they're young and stuff. Like I went to really poorly thought out for me as a person ballet lessons from like the age of 6, but like I wasn't gonna join a ballet troupe.
No.
At 12. Well, also because I was really bad at ballet. But like, my sister was very good at ballet, and she'd been taking it for like from the same age. She wasn't gonna mom wasn't gonna put her in a professional troupe. Like,
no.
Yeah, it's just let them be kids. Like, it's
so yeah. The problem is they're not treated well. That's the main thing. And the predatory agencies, as we're seeing. So like, we do want investigations on stuff. We do want kids to be, and even if they do debut as idols, kind of young, kind of like New Jeans, and like, don't give them crappy lyrics. Don't do that. Don't
put them in skimpy outfits that are clearly meant to like attract the creep demographic. Like, it's like they think that the rest of us don't notice it.
And we're just like totally gaslight us when we bring it up, right? It's like, oh, you're the creepers for thinking that way. And so
we're just like,
I have eyeballs. Like,
yeah. It's like, no, I'm just concerned, okay? Like, I'd be a creeper if I was like, oh yeah, no. What I'm saying is, ooh, I don't think this is appropriate. And then they'll be like, you're just body shaming. I'm like, no. If anyone over the age of 18 wants to wear this outfit, I don't care. What your gender size, whatever.
Well,
don't care.
And even there have been like girl groups over the past handful of years that they'll debut and things, and they have age-appropriate outfits, age-appropriate lyrics. It all works. It's fine. As long as behind the scenes they're being treated well, which we never know that information. Yeah. But
we always find out afterwards that, oh, shocker, they weren't.
Probably weren't. Yep. That's why we always get automatically concerned about ages, because it's the system in place. It's Yeah. Yeah.
And then like the weird thing they do where they'll put like one child with a bunch of adults, and you're like, why? Like, like Susie. Or, it worked out for him, but, like, Taman was too young to debut. Let's be real with ourselves here.
Young.
He was so young. And it's just like, yeah.
So I just saw, speaking of Boa, I just saw a little clip, and she was having a chat with Jung-hwa, because they have a show together right now and stuff. And she was talking about, Boa thought she'd only be active for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because at the time, that's the way the groups went. The girl groups, And she just really thought, okay, I'll be active for 5 years. And because she couldn't imagine, like, being a full-blown adult and being an active singer. Just that wasn't a thing, really. And so she's still shocked that she's still active as a singer. And then when she got to those ages, she's like, I don't even know what to sing about, because this is, like, uncharted territory. So she had to approach it in a completely different way. Like, wow, the ageism. I'm not saying from Boa, I'm just saying society.
Yeah,
society.
Just in general. Like, it's... It's just so frustrating. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
Exactly.
Ay.
Like, I'm glad that Taman obviously is still doing well and things like I'm glad he's performing as much as he does and stuff. But yeah, he was super young.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things you really see with like Taman and Susie is that they had older members who looked out for them, who cared for them like a younger sibling, who helped to probably manage some of that stuff and be a buffer for some of those things, which other people didn't have. And then,
Yeah, no, I had someone ask me, like I was just chatting, there was someone who was just like very unfamiliar with K-pop. And they were like, oh, so like, like by the time they're like 30, they're all retired, right? And I was like, no, like, no, you still got groups like going strong in their 30s and into their 40s, and they were flabbergasted. And I was like, the Rolling Stones are going into their 80s. Like, why is it confusing? Like, yeah.
And also, if you look at the ages of a lot of those Western bands, like when they released their hit stuff that they're still playing, they were younger. I'm not saying they were as young as K-pop, but like, yeah, it's not a stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, and it's only gotten worse. This point here has only gotten worse with the internet because, like, people will just say shit. And it's just like the worst, most horrific shit you can possibly imagine. They'll just fucking put it out there because they think there's no consequences on the internet. And it's just like, these are human beings. Like, have some
and I mean,
empathy.
people will just say stuff as if it's true. And they'll be like, no, but you don't know this. And you're like, but it's proof? And it's like, and they're like, here, I'll show you the proof. And, you know, and it takes you to a Google Doc that is just a list of the accusations.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's not proof? Like, cite your sources, my friend. Like
right now, it's like the thing that I was literally getting so heated about this with my husband yesterday. I was talking about Top, okay? And how right now, like, netizens are like, they shouldn't put him in Squid Game because, like, he smoked pot and hasn't apologized. And I'm just sitting here like, he doesn't even have the worst accusations against him of the cast members of that
cast
show.
members, right?
Like, and he's like, and I'm just like, there's that fucker that we hate that shows up in everything who's a convicted pedophile, and y'all are putting all this energy for a guy with clinical depression who smoked a doob. Get it together.
Right?
Get it together. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, like, what has he done? Mingyu's just been existing, being bullied by his own group. He doesn't need to be bullied by the internet. Like, Jesus. At least his group loves him when they bully him. The internet's just fucking mean, like, for no reason. Yeah, none of us can stand that guy. Fuck that guy. Like, I don't even want to speak his
you're
name.
referring to the pedophile,
not to the pedophile, to the convicted pedophile who is very active in the K-drama community. He's in every fucking show I want to watch. Suddenly, like, his nasty ass makes an appearance.
Like, if we're seeing him more than Kim Won-hae, there is more than he doesn't need to be on anything. But like, we're seeing him more than Kim Won-hae, and that's a huge issue.
We're seeing him more than people I would like to see. You know, like, and
don't tell me there are not enough TV Korean older actors that could do those
who aren't convicted pedophiles who could play the villain in a rom-com or like the villain in a legal melodrama. Yeah, like, Mingyu, like, listen, it's just these people who are just like, you know, and then like their companies make them apologize for fake news. It's so bizarre. It's just the whole, like, the netizen just nonsense.
Well, it's like the bullying scandals. Like, it's one thing if there is like an actual true accusation because it is a problem. Yeah. So, like, yes, please bring forward these actual things. But when you have all the fake bullying accusations that just impact kids' careers, and then it also serves to minimize the actual true bullying accusations, like, that's ludicrous. Absolutely horrific.
It's ludicrous. And then, you know, but like, also, like, the netizen nonsense, it has like levels of severity of stupidity. It's like, you know, like the truck thing, the hyphen truck thing. You're just like,
of it's
get
funny.
a fucking life, touch some grass, y'all. And
well,
you know,
it's funny when, like, K-Nets do like a truck thing, and then the international fans are like, "Oh, hell no!" They send trucks.
But it's like, it's sort of funny because, like, the international fans would never send a truck except to clown on nonsense. Because, like, they're and it's like every time there's like, "Oh, hey Jade, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, I was about to bring this up. Like, the amount of like butthurt that they get over a 30-year-old man getting married, like he wasn't gonna marry you. Chill out. Like,
did you see that Wade from ONF came back and he's doing lives and stuff, and he's like, oh, like the number one question that I got asked.
Wyatt.
In the Army,
you mean Wyatt?
Like, oh, Wyatt. Sorry.
Sorry.
Wade. I don't know. Whatever.
W name, English W name, whatever.
And he's like, they just kept asking me, like, have you met Ive? Have you met? And are they as nice in person? Are they really, like, are they good? And he's like,
they don't want to fuck
you.
They don't want to fuck you. Like, they're not interested in you, my guy. Like,
why do you care if I met them and if they're nice? Like, they're not.
I'm not giving them your number, so chill out, my guy. Ay.
Well, I've always been, I'm going to be straight up, I've always been kind of creeped out by the extra emphasis put within the Korean military on the, like, girl groups, typically the younger girl groups that they really try to make everyone hyper interested in as they're in the military. It's like,
it's weird.
It's one thing to kind of have a little bit of that,
like,
just for like have a show or whatever.
Yeah,
like that's
show,
fine.
Whatever. Yeah.
Like that part seems charming. I'm not saying that that's bad, but like the extra when they come back, it's like all these interviews. Which girl group did you get? What is? These are real people, women. Like these are real people. Yeah. They're not really just some. I don't know. It's just strange to me.
It's bizarre to me. Like,
but good on Wyatt, because I saw that clip and stuff, and he was just like, "Why are you asking me? It had like, why do you care if I have met this person?" Like that's very because his emphasis was like, "Those are people." Like
and it would be one thing I could see. Okay, if I'm in the military and suddenly I'm bunking with a famous person, to be asking about like, oh, have you met so and so, or have you met so and so? Because like,
you're curious.
I probably would, but it wouldn't just be a singular focus. You know?
Yeah, it wouldn't just be from the a salacious focus to it.
Exactly.
He is fun. Okay. I'm gonna say, I know that like we clowned about younger. I really like Lune. I really like
my Fantasio children. Yes. Yeah. Astro's baby boy group. Baby brother.
Now, do I think putting a number in the name of a group is a self-fulfilling prophecy? Maybe.
We just roll with it.
Like, if you're gonna do a 17 where the number doesn't actually equal how many members are in the group.
Right. Like, if you're wanting to use a number, make it some, like, random other meaning, not member number.
Mm-hmm.
We should have all learned this by now.
Yeah. Like we've seen it a time and time again. That is, like,
how many times a year does this occur? Let's not do this again. But
yeah. But I really, really like their debut song, Wild Heart. Was so, and like the music video was so good, very yeehaw. We love a good yeehaw these days. I'm a big fan of the yeehaw concepts, but like I just really thought it was quite nice, and I think the youngest is 18. So,
I can go triple check that. I'll go triple check.
Yeah. Lucy probably knows. Lucy knows everything about everyone. She knows all the business. She knows all the business in the K-pop world. But yeah, I'm also really enjoying like just all of the old people returning.
The youngest is 16.
Oh, 16? Okay. Not great. But like their concepts haven't been sexy or weird.
Right.
So
yeah.
It's been really cute to see Sanha and Jinjin did like TikTok dance challenges with a couple of the Lune kids. And it was really sweet. But I think it's a mini album or EP or something. Like the debut album, like so good. Like every song is just really good. And a lot of different vibes to it, so I do encourage people to check it out.
Yeah, it's acceptable enough,
Acceptable enough for lately. Well,
no one's in middle school, you know what I mean?
Well, like we just said, the girl group side. So like Weekly, you know, like they were all young, but they did songs that were same thing with the boy groups. Like you can have a young boy group, and it's like, okay, at least they're not 12.
Yeah.
And at least the lyrics are fine.
It's, you know, it's all good. Like, we really, and I've been really into P1 Harmony these days. I like their energy.
Just this week, I think they debuted Kiss of Life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really enjoying their stuff. And their youngest is like 18. So, you know, like,
I just, you know.
Again, it's fun. Like, I mean, their video it's very fun and not, like, it's kind of sexy, like, in that way of, like, they're young girls having a good time, but not, like, it's not made for the male gaze that way. Like, it's just
Kiss of Life was interesting. Though we were watching it on another stream I was on, and the sound of the music and the styling of the music video was a weird
kind
mesh.
Of different.
Yeah, it was a weird mesh. Well, P1 Harmony, they're still in their fun, youthful phase. I'm sure in like a year or two, they'll be in their thought era, like all these groups go through, you know, and it'll be fine because we're all be in the mid-20s, and that's, you know, like even 17, which started out as so like fresh and fun, they still made hot.
I think what's so funny is how, you know, these on back in the day on Twitter, the K-pop stans would periodically be like, you know, there's no boy groups that debut with like youth, you know, like the youthful types. I'm like, there's plenty, a lot of them still.
So many do.
Like, not everyone is doing, and it doesn't even just have to be sexy. It's also not all like darker.
Yeah.
Vampire, like what? It's not always that. There is. Just go look harder. If your group isn't doing it, go look at a different group. It's fine.
I was explaining this to someone. I'm like, K-pop is not really a genre. As we say with K-drama is not a genre. It's a geographical tag. So it's just popular music from Korea, which means that there is a vibe of K-pop for everyone out there. Like, so if you like your emo stuff, worry not. There's emo K-pop. If you like sort of dark techno, there's dark techno.
And my whole point is, even like if some people are into wanting to check out brand spanking new groups this year or whatever, they run the gamut of like debut concepts, like, and music styles and stuff. It is not now, as far as, are there trends that we have seen over the there are things that
there always are, though.
And it's also interesting sometimes when a group, you can tell they were trained for a certain type of concept, and then they debut with the totally different. So, like, that happened with Astro. Like, because it was in the BTS was starting to get hot then. So it was in that hard era when they were training, and then boom, they debuted boyish side, essentially. Yeah. And so that sometimes happens too. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. It's always, you know, you just got to keep your eyes and your heart open, you know?
Also, know the fact that whatever your group concept is, it's going to probably change every single comeback, or at least in phases. So, like, if they, once they get older, they will probably be doing different concepts. Like,
because like, that's how just people work.
It's like how all pop and R&B and like, somebody on the internet the other day was going off about, this new rapper, Flying a Boss, and they've become really popular.
They're so cute. Love them. Love them.
Videos, right? And somebody was like, why do they just keep doing the same thing over and over again? And Missy Elliott like came in and was like, because that's how you do a concept. You do your concept and you stick with your concept until you're known for that concept, and then you get to switch it up.
Yeah.
And that's why people have their R&B era, their this era, their that era. And she just like, and she wasn't mean about it. She was just like, no, that's how you do this.
And everyone knows them for that. And it's cute.
Yeah.
Let them do their thing.
And like, and then on like the flip side, my husband's a Metallica enjoyer, and he's like, the amount of like people who are like, oh, the new Metallica not as good as their old stuff. Like, it's so different. He's like, yeah, because that was like 30 years ago. Of course it's going to be different. They're old men now. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, Like there's some groups, there's some Western bands that I've seen in concert that that's so loud. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
No, it was just really loud. I lost my train of thought. Totally fine. Oh, the pretentiousness amongst
Yeah, like they're just as bad. Listen, they try to call out us pop fans, but they're just as bad.
Right, like I had groups that a decade ago I went to a lot of concerts and I enjoyed this stuff, a variety of these groups. And then now if they come out with new stuff, it's okay, but like it's not the same as it used to be. That's fine. You just go, cool, and you can go listen to the old stuff.
Yeah,
it's
the
totally
old stuff
fine.
didn't get deleted when they got a new concept. You can still go enjoy the old stuff.
It doesn't cancel it out. As long as they're not being jerks, it doesn't cancel it out.
It's totally fine. Like, in particular, sometimes it feels like with K-pop, if you are part of the fandom, then you have to like everything. And it's like, it's okay to just not be into the new, they've taken a turn and you liked this stuff and you don't like this stuff. That's okay. Yeah. There's still somebody else who's probably doing this kind of stuff. So go find them and hang out over there for a while. Like, just, you don't have to be married to the concept or married to the group or what. Like, just listen to the music and enjoy
what you want, baby girl. Don't worry about it. I use baby girl in a gender neutral sense. Everyone can be my baby girl.
Baby girl is
baby girl.
Yeah, it is.
Don't worry about it, baby girl. Don't worry about it.
One thing I do want to bring up is some of the members of Plave being on Idol Radio with a couple of the DJs being from ATs. So that was really fun, and I was really shocked by that they did that. I was really surprised.
That is super
I just
fun
wanted to bring that up because it was a whole thing of I'd seen the announcement because Idol Radio, they have an open studio to where fans go stand outside, stand out this big window outside to like take pictures and stuff. So it had already been announced that was going to be a closed thing. Yeah. So I just assumed that like the visual radio aspect was going to be not like that was not going. Yeah. Nope. They did a whole thing, and I do not know how they did it, but I just super appreciate it. It's on YouTube in case you want to check it out. Very cool. And it was also really cute because they did a rendition of Bouncy and stuff, and so it was enjoyable.
I gotta check out Plave more.
Yes, you do.
I've just been busy. I've been a busy girl doing all sorts of stuff, all sorts of nonsense. No, the grind never ends. If you want to watch as many dramas as I consume, you gotta keep. Well, keep
same thing with K-pop. Like I'm never super on like. Just keeping up with my groups is hard enough. Much less like all of them. Everything that drops, like I try to get to what I can. On top of watching dramas, like you only have so much time.
Every time I think I'm gonna get a break, another group I like is just like, "Come back time," and I'm like, "No, I'm tired. Please." Oh, but yeah, it's fine.
So Amanda, you have PH1 in your thing. What did you want to say about that?
Duet come out.
He had a little duet with, I don't know how to pronounce the kid's name, but it was somebody from the show
Boys
Planet that like PH1 was kind of judging or helping or mentoring or whatever with that. And he's got a song that just came out. I'm trying to think of what the name of it is. And it's completely slipped my brain right now. But
yeah, it's really nice. It's a real chill vibe. They're on a boat.
It's a very chill sort of summer rapping vibe, and they're just doing their thing, and I like it.
Yeah, Harry. Yeah, I mean, he did a nice, fun, chill duet on a boat. It was real nice. That's it. Metronome. Mm-hmm. So he did do a duet. He did indeed, Mike. He did indeed.
So Stray Kids had to come back too.
Oh, they did.
And Jesse would want me to bring that up and that it was really, really good.
It was.
And also that the album artwork, like the album packaging and stuff, is really, really pretty. It's really, really pretty. But Top Line with Tiger JK, that's a really fun... Yeah, not only is it a fun song, but it's a fun video too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly, Lucy. Like he was on his like on Twitter and stuff saying, I just really like this kid, so I did music with him, and you're like, all right, good. I mean, I wish that should be more of the like the as you come up and you get popular and stuff, to like find those kids and be like, yeah, let's work together. Let me help you be the best you can be. I love that. I love it. Which I mean, you kind of get with Tiger, like with these groups doing stuff with like Tiger JK and like, you know, all these different, you know, older stars and stuff. It's cool. It's cool for them.
Yeah.
Be like he is.
Yeah, Han being so cute. So cute. Are you okay, Natalia?
I am sorry. I'm like disassociating because it's so hot in here. I'm so sorry.
Because I knew that you listened. I knew that you listened to Stray Kids a lot, and you like had nothing to say.
Sorry, I was listening. It's just my brain just suddenly went like ADHD moment. Get distracted by nothing. I really like the Skids. Everyone knows how much I like Skids. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
And Stephanie Poetry had a new song come out too, which I don't love. It's not my favorite of hers, but it's called Astrologically Illogical. And yeah, I mean, she's always fun. Her stuff is good. I was listening to, my car has just been like running I can load all my CDs and stuff, and it's just been running like my Lisa Loebs and my Carolyn Aarons and stuff, and I was like, I really had like a girls with guitars phase, and then I'm like, that's probably why I like Stephanie Poetry so much, is because
that's her
gives
vibe.
me that. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, but that was the craziest music video I've seen in a long time, okay? Like, that was a whole ass movie that was just like, all right, I'm in a dystopian hellscape and maybe I'm working for Satan. I don't know. Like,
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, that was really good. I agree with you. It was really good.
Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion it might be about sex.
What?
You didn't hear from me. You didn't hear it from me, but I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be sexual in nature.
From one of the people who brought us Love You?
Yeah, from the person who asked to be eaten like a main dish. No, that was about cannibalism. All right. What? Oh, clutch them pearls. Clutch them. I know that we're all shocked that a member of Monsta X, a notably good Christian boy in their music vibe, would perhaps have a sexy song. Shocking. I really like Juhan's. I know that it was weird and a lot of people didn't love it. I loved it. Freedom, I thought it was really cool. It was very conceptual, and I was into that.
Han Sung-woo, he released, so Victon is no Moss, so
oh yeah, that was good.
He released his album Frame, his first full solo album. He has had solo activities before he went into the military, so he's back from the military. It's a really good album. Like, all of it is great.
I really like Ren's new album. Newest? Ren?
Mm-hmm.
And also, the styling and the photography for it.
I imagine you like the haircut.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started. But yeah, it was good, and it was like a good album. But the hair, the pirate outfit. Well, it's not like you know what I mean, like that ruffly pirate shirt. you know, like. Yeah, yeah. He might be. We don't know his business.
Right. This is true.
So TVXQ had a Japanese release.
The lemon lime one.
Lime and lemon.
I haven't listened to that one yet.
That's cute.
The Sprite song, like
Yeah, it makes me just think
every
of
time
Sprite.
I look at it, I kept thinking, like I was like, is it? Because often the groups will release
the
a
Coke
song
ones?
and it is like a Coke song or a Dr. Pepper or Pepsi or something. So I was like, is it a Sprite or a 7-Up song or something?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't appear to be. It's just a fun, summery song about citrus fruit. So, like, okay, cool.
I do have one timing thing to bring up. So, somebody from One Wee, I'm not going to be able to say his name correctly, Gook, Giuk. He used to go by Kia. He's the bassist. He did a solo album. All of it is great. Each one also has a year that it's in. So the title song, the title of the album is Psycho Cybernetics Turn Over, but each track has a year. So
that's cool.
Aside from the intro, Time Machine, which is the title, it's 2100. The next one is 2020. The next one is 2021. The next one is 2050. 2062.
That's
2077.
really fun.
2090. So, like, I really liked the concept of the album. The packaging is really cool, too. I'll eventually buy it. I just didn't have the money right now. But, just the way all the tracks work together, and just so you know, he is the rapper of the group, so he does more, like, talky rap stuff, and, but, like, it's really, really neat, and they released some special clips of him and whatever. He's really sweet and whatnot, so.
I loved his cover of Unforgiven. That was really good.
Yeah.
It was, I like Le Seraphim quite a bit. So it was a nice little cross-section for old Natalia there.
So just so you know, we will be doing a One Wee podcast episode here soon, because that's going to be my pick for my birthday. Yeah, but it's like, it's a really fun, just the vibes in the album are super fun, and they are different from like what One Wee usually reaches for, because One Wee runs a gamut as well, but like in general, you want to say rock ballad for One Wee. But his solo album, he was able to, and I think it's really cool that it is the first solo album from that group, because two of the other members are now in the military and all this stuff. So it's nice that the bassist rapper gets to go do a full album. Like, that is
so cool. Cause,
RBW usually isn't that neat to do. Like, that's good. Like,
yeah. Like, I mean, like, CM Blue, my favorite, is their rapper bassist. And, like, he almost never gets to do singles and stuff. Like, he has got to do a lot more singing lately because they have one less vocalist in the group, and I love that for him.
But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
I love the fact that he is getting to shine because he has a good voice, and like, and they don't. When the bands have a rapper, it's usually just like, not always. Like, I think Guk, like, he's good, but like some of them, it's like, well, we need to have a bassist or whatever, and your fans will get mad if we don't give you lines, so I guess you're the rapper. And you're like, okay, but like, he can sing, so like, let him sing sometime, I don't know. It's my thing. But I'm looking forward to listening to this solo album.
But yeah, it's really like, it's really neat, and the packaging's super cute. I'll eventually have it. And the thing is, the way it's packaged, it's one of those, like, once you tear it open, it's torn open things. It's one of those.
I like that.
To me, if you're doing that, because it's in, like, the silver foil package type thing, can you not just give me a flap? Just give me a flap at least. Something.
Or like a little Ziploc. Like a little, you can reseal it, something like that.
Well, I don't know. I can screw up a Ziploc pretty bad, so maybe not, but at least that would be an effort. But like,
something.
It's
Velcro tab.
From what I've seen on the album photos and stuff, I'm like, like I'll eventually get it, but like opening up that sucker's gonna be hard. Like,
yeah, no, that was me opening the key floppy disk version of the Gasoline album. I was like, I hate every moment of this. I hate every moment of this.
It's nerve wracking because you could be, and you're gonna want to keep the packaging. So
I still gotta find if someone can hook me up with the VHS version of that album, I would be eternally grateful. They never have it anywhere.
Which album?
The Key Gasoline album. He had like a floppy disk and then a VHS version. I wanted a VHS version, but I got sent the floppy disk version in the Korea box. RIP. It was nice knowing you, Korea box. We had a good couple of years, you and I. Shame that you're gone from this world.
Lucy, I'm afraid I didn't catch what In Flying is good for. Sorry.
It was something about
maybe rappers. I'm not.
Letting people sing?
everybody do their thing.
Solos. Maybe
the solos. Yeah.
Do things.
I know, Lucy. I know. And listen, every time all these things that I'm really excited about to come out, I have no money, so I can never get them. But every once in a while, someone comes in clutch for old Natalia. So y'all are the real ones who've come in clutch for you in the past. You know who you are. You're the real ones. But what else has been new?
Let's see. Oh, one thing I want to mention. It was a little while back now, but Jinho from Pentagon, he was on Phantom Singer, and he got to the finals, and that was a big deal. And if you don't know, Phantom Singer is the competition singing thing that like created Forestella and stuff. Like it creates those very singing based groups. So yeah, he kind of got to be like in a little group for a while with that stuff. And so, just so you know, it's on Spotify. Like if you go look up his name and stuff, there are a lot of the songs, and even some of like the Western English songs that he covered, like they are on Spotify. But he's listed under Cho Jin Ho, like all spaced. Yeah. Just so you know, if you're looking him up, that's the way they listed him. He doesn't have a picture, an artist picture. It's blank. But yeah, that's staring at me here. Oh, Card Icky, so fun.
Oh,
just want to say,
yes. I kind of forgot about it, but yes.
And I always want to give Card attention because I like the fact that they are a co-ed group and they are fun. It's always fun, and they're really funny.
And for me, like they're that group for me. Like their pre-debut stuff hit just as I was starting to get into K-pop. So like their career is like the length of my K-pop like
journey
lifespan so far. So they're that group for me.
Mike, you
don't talk about them very much though, Amanda. I didn't know that they were that group for you.
They're not like, I don't know. I really enjoyed their pre-debut stuff more than I have enjoyed anything that's come since then. But I do enjoy them, and they are like I just like them. Like I don't know. They're that sort of like constant in the background group for me.
I see.
Like kind of always there, and I'm always going to check out their stuff, and
they're an always check out for you.
Yeah.
Well, and like you said, like you came into the K-pop world at the same time, so like you feel tied to them in some way. In that respect.
They're my same age Chingus, like you know.
Dreamcatcher. I'm gonna also say Dreamcatcher Apocalypse album. Like
that was really good.
Apocalypse from Us. Yes, whole thing, of course.
To answer your question, Mike, ferally.
feeling ferally.
Feeling feral.
I need everyone to go check out Zoomin's concept picture. You know, like the album pictures that dropped today for him. Very Joan Jett of him, very pretty.
Oh, listen,
you know, all the pictures are very pretty, but the way they styled Zoomin, like they knew what they were up to.
It's erotic, is what it is. It's
Also,
too much for old Natalia.
I think Chaniel, he said that, like, it's going to be even better than Monster. That cream soda is supposed to be even better than Monster. I'm like, that is...
Right, that's a bold
that is
claim.
a statement, dude.
Wow.
So, like, I'm trying to keep my hopes normal. Because that's the safe place to keep them.
Like,
but the fact that he said that, I like Monster a lot. So,
I mean, I'm loving Hear Me Out. So, like, I look forward to what is to come.
Listen, I'll take anything EXO will give me, you know. I'll take the dregs. It's fine.
I mean,
no one is safe.
I came into EXO in the Coco Bop era, so like I will listen to anything. I love Coco Bop, and
I was there from Wolf, which like y'all have heard me clown about Wolf all the time, but like there's something to it. Ay.
I just wish the SM Entertainment stuff didn't make the EXO thing so weird at the moment. It just makes it feel weird.
Yeah.
Like, because if you didn't have all of that going on, it would be like straight up joy, right? Whereas now it's like, you know, trying to be happy that you're getting music from EXO, like, you know, enjoy it, all these things. It's like, but what is going on back there? Like, what is it? Like, SM is up to some shit. And we will never know what that is, but, like, it's sketch, and I don't like it. And we just happen to know particularly for EXO because of the situation, but it's like, then it makes you look at any other SM thing happening. And it's just like, so even if it is, here's another SM artist, like, dropping music or something, it's like, yay!
Yeah, I know that got that.
I'm gonna straight up say every entertainment company is crap. So, like, I'm not saying SM is worse than something else. I'm just saying, given what has been going on, it's obvious that things have not been good. So, like, it's not that I'm just curious. It's just I'm very happy for more EXO stuff. But it makes you be like, oh, SM, like, I hope you didn't force them. I hope you didn't force them to do stuff. Like, I hope that everyone is good with what they're up to, like, truly. Thank you, Lucy.
Bye, Lucy.
Bye, Lucy.
But it's can't keep my spirit alive. Lucy's, we feel her spirit in the room with us tonight. She'll never be forgotten. Anything else that people want to mention?
We already talked about Lunate, but seriously, go check them out.
Yeah.
And of course, ATs, we kind of mentioned halfway, but like, it's fun. Yeehaw. Yeehaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeehaw.
And I want to mention this because it will happen, and everyone should go check them out, even if it might not, you know. Everyone should go check them out. Fishing Girls. They are a girl band.
Nice.
They're dropping, I think, at least a song. I think it might just be, but so I think tomorrow or the next day, like it's the next day or two. And it's Yeehaw themed too. So you need to go check it out.
I do love a good yeehaw. And
it sounds really cool so far, the little teaser that I saw. So, like, Fishing Girls. They're great. Okay. They're awesome. Everyone needs to go check out Fishing Girls. And Jesse would say yes. Go check out. We also need to mention Alexa had to come back. So, Jesse's best friend Alexa had to come back. It's an all-English song called Juliet. Mm-hmm. It's like a breakup song. Real good. And then she also did a Spanish version. So, Natalia, you could go listen to that.
Oh, for my Spanish that I'm learning so diligently. Listen, I'm like learning Spanish. Okay, I go on Duolingo every day. But it's not so much that I'm like hardcore learning Spanish, but I need a sense of routine in my life. So I've been sort of passively semi-learning Spanish as using it as a routine. I recommend it. You know, it helps you just keep your life together. You know what I mean?
It's good to also make new brain connections for stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, Katie. Katie has been solidly a Lunate stan.
As she should be.
I'm gonna admit I haven't watched a lot of their like other stuff yet, but their album's really good.
I like their two. I watched the two of the music videos. I don't know if there's more music videos than the two that have come out, but that I watched. But I've really been enjoying them quite a bit.
How about you, Amanda? Do you have anything else?
No, not really. Like we've kind of covered most of what I've been. Right now, I'm listening to Gook because you said to listen to it, so I am now, and it's very good.
We're also doing the 1 Wee episode coming up, so yeah.
Exactly.
You might as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Natalia, do you have anything else?
Let me I really am into XG lately. Really enjoying them quite a bit. Really into I really liked Lapilis. They put out some stuff that I really enjoyed. And I've just been really enjoying life generally with music. B2B, always just a good time for old Natalia. And I really loved Icon's album that came out. Their Herald of Freedom, that album that came out. I really, it's what I've been enjoying. It's what I've been enjoying.
Does chat have anything else they want to say? Yep, there's all types of fan lights.
Yep.
Did you see that they did a light stick for the Barbie premiere?
Oh no!
There's a Barbie light stick that
is adorable.
So,
Barbie light
that
stick.
they did for the. I can't remember if it was for the Japan or the Korea or both. But the premieres and that Barbie, they are really going all out with all their merch and country appropriate merch and stuff.
That's
and,
fun.
We
That's
know
fun.
This goes hard here, so we'll do it. And you're like,
I saw a little story about this adult child was suggesting to her dad, hey, mom's way into just Barbie stuff in general. You should surprise her and take her to the movie.
Yeah.
So then it spun out of control and it became this thing of he was rent out the theater and also coordinate with all of his buddies to take all their say that they're going to Oppenheimer, but then actually take them all to Barbie. The Thursday before it comes out or whatever. And
that's fun.
The dad also asked that adult kid to be hey, can you make party favors, little party favor sacks with so she was all excited about getting scrunchies and all this stuff for all of the ladies. So it was just a really sweet, cute thing that hopefully
really
all the wives
adorable.
will appreciate. Oh, thank you.
So cute.
Usually it does have, it's just headphones, so
yeah.
I'm trying to not.
It is very. It is Trey cute. Trey cute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of. We hope that everyone gets taken care of. That's the way we always think about all that.
Yeah.
Who's the one that is it 50-50 that's going to have the Barbie song? Which one's
they've got a soundtrack on a song on the Barbie soundtrack. It has a little Janet Jackson in there, sampled in there.
Cool.
It's a very boppy kind of song. It sounds very much like it would be the credit, the theme song for a maybe 90s cartoon or something. Back when we used to actually have a whole credit roll on our cartoons and the whole thing. It has very much that vibe to it. A song that would be the opening theme song for some punchy new magical girl series or something.
Speaking of magical girl, I saw a thing. I guess there's a new like animated Superman show coming on Max or whatever, and he has a magical girl transformation, like Sailor Moon,
He like spins and it's
and then all of a sudden his
Yeah.
stuff like. I was like, what happened to the telephone booth, dude? Like, so, like...
I think I
magical
was
girl
actually,
transformation.
like... I think I said that to Matthew because I was laughing about it. Like, so hard. Like, I was like, honey, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like...
But, like, it makes it look fun. It really does. It makes me, like... It's like, wow, I don't even care to go watch that. But, like, that makes me want to watch it. But he has a magical girl thing.
Love it.
Well, I guess so Natalia can be hot.
Oh, but it's always fun. You know, I always enjoy these live streams that we do. What is our next week's live stream? I believe it is on Wednesday, is it not?
Yeah, I think we're idle managering.
I think we're idle managering it. Oh, we are idle managering it up, baby.
And, like, we're successful these days. Like,
I know.
Amazing.
because of the mods that we use. Yeah.
Listen.
Hey.
It's not just because of the mods we use. It's somewhat
Mostly.
because of the mods we use. But not fully because of the mods we use. Okay? Like, it's somewhat because of the mods.
And Jessie is in our hearts. She had messaged us during this and said she had no signal to pipe in, so.
Which happens.
Yep.
I just need to not be sweaty anymore, you know? It's funny, the other night, Frankie was like, oh, we were laughing about how I never wear makeup. And I'm like, yeah, I never wear makeup on these streams. And she's like, oh, but you have such a nice glow to you. And I was like, it's the sweat.
You look dewy.
Dewy. I look dewy and fresh.
Glistening.
I'm very sweaty, that's all. But it's all good, man. We're all having a good time here. So, yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for coming. We had a fantastic time.
Hope you have a good weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye.